You're only
Black
28
women
years
have been
old.
my enemy my entire life.
They've been your what?
My enemy. If black men reach the certain level that that we should aspire to reach, I don't think the black women will follow us. I feel like 80% of them will still shit on us. And
As sometimes as men, we're freaking dreamers. And so we want to build the house and the foundation ain't steady yet. The foundation ain't settled yet. The foundation not solid yet. What's going on, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast, y'all. I got an interesting conversation for you guys today. I'm in this, I want to edify my people without bashing and criticizing and condemning. And I'm trying to get in my adult life now. I'm trying to get to this place in life where I can see everyone's points of view and perspective and why people feel the way they feel. But also, I understand that feelings don't dictate change. They don't. Then, feelings may prompt a moment, but feelings don't always produce change. Change is something that comes from deep down inside you. And it's not always a feeling. It's a conscious effort and a conscious decision to say, I want to do something better with my life, with my relationship, so forth and so on. Anyway, I wasn't really privy to Kevin Samuel's conversation when he was alive. I heard a lot about him, over the years. I just never dialed into his content. But now, God rest his soul, in his passing, it's always in people's passing that we remember sometimes the value or the educational perspective of what they were trying to do. I say this very loosely because I don't know him I didn't know him. I don't dial into all of his content. I think he was very harsh and brash in some ways, but he spoke truth in a lot of ways. And I thought he always was just coming out on women. I guess that was his audience. Women were his main, kept him going. But he was equally as hard on men. And so I was very intrigued for some reason over the last couple of weeks. I kept seeing these conversations with him and black men. And listened to this conversation earlier today. I thought, you know what? This would be a great conversation for the podcast and just the space I'm in right now. So this young man right here, he says that black women has been the enemy all of his life. Let's jump into this conversation, y'all. I'm gonna do a reaction to it. So I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth with them. And let's just get into this and let's unpack it. And let's see by the end of this video if we can, if you do have this issue where you may feel like the black woman is the enemy or you can't make some grounds. There's some stuff in this conversation that I want to point out. All right, let's go.
what's going on?
How are you? How old are you?
Me? I'm 28.
All right. What's the disagreement?
I don't feel, even if black men reach the certain level that that we should aspire to reach, I don't think the black women will follow us. I feel like 80% of them will still shit on us and leave us hanging.
Why? First of all,
Them
you
feelings,
said I
them
feel
feelings,
twice.
y'all. Them feelings.
See any issue with that?
No.
That's a problem. As a man, you shouldn't worry about how you feel. It's about what we think and what we do. It's one of the things we talk about women all the time. They always say, I feel, I feel, I feel. So what makes black women biologically different than any other group of women?
Biologically?
Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. There is no difference.
There is no difference.
Then why
Not
would they
from a
not respond
biological
to,
perspective.
then why would they not respond to the same evolutionary biology type things?
From what I've seen from anecdotal experience, it's like it's a temporary
What part of the country do you
reaction.
live in?
I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
So why does the divorce rate drop dramatically for black couples as well over an income of $250,000?
Wow. 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 Wow.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Maybe because you're not part of that group. See, if you're going to say something like that, I'm going to challenge it. Because basically what you're putting out
sure.
here is you don't feel black women are going to, okay, I'll go with that. But why? Based upon what?
It's what I've seen my entire life.
You know, they're
Black
28
women
years
have
old.
been my enemy my entire life.
They've been your what?
Damn.
My enemy.
You see, this is the issue right here. This is the issue right here. Hold on, Rob. Hold on. Don't. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep going, y'all.
What do you mean your enemy?
Whether it's me, whether it's people that I know or people that I'm even related to, if there are strides towards success that are being made, there's an active effort to get in the way of the progress of what.
Wait. Ain't no wait. Okay, so he said in his limited experience, in his lifespan, in Atlanta, not saying that pointing to Atlanta, but that's what my man is, or what, I don't know if he's still there or not. But Atlanta, he's saying, let me tell you something. There is no force on the planet stronger than a black woman. There's nothing that will cause a man to become greater than himself than a black woman. I know, because I'm married to a black woman. See, what happens is, and we're gonna keep unpacking this, but what happens is, all of it, we all do this. We all go through a bad breakup or a bad relationship or something that's very traumatizing. Maybe your mother was abusive. Maybe your grandmother was abusive. There was some type of tragedy that happened that caused him to form this opinion. I know, because I've been there before in my life. I've been there at a point in time where I was so mad at a subject X that I tried to label an entire nationality of women, and that's not so. That was one person in my experience. As a matter of fact, it wasn't just one person. But when I think about the amount of people that I have encountered in my lifetime, it still is an extremely small percentage. And so many times as black people, we want to tear each other down because a certain group of individuals tore you down. I'm going to say this. I can say more positive things at this point in my life than I can negative. And so I want to be very clear in this conversation. As I go through this commentary, we're talking about his experience, what he experienced. And so you have to own your freaking experience. When I left home at 19 years old because I was angry and I was mad because I felt like the situation that I was dealing with at that time regarding my son being born or finding out I was going to have a son. And my stepfather and my mother wasn't on the same page. Nobody kicked me out. Nobody told me to leave. I was mad. I was angry. I got a plastic bag and I started throwing stuff in the bag. Being me, being mad, being angry, not trying to calm down, I blacked out, I packed my stuff and I left. That's my fault. Looking back, could a black woman have dealt with this situation better? Absolutely, but it's still not her fault. I left. See, a lot of times we especially some black men, not all black men, some black men like to throw this big heavy bag of trash over their shoulder, and the moment they think they see the same thing, they take that bag of trash and they throw the trash onto somebody else for somebody else to clean up. That's what my man is doing right now. He's not owning his responsibility, and why have all these black women that he has encountered treated him a certain way? We haven't heard that yet. Let's go.
It is that we're doing. Like, honestly, like,
What does that mean, though? You come in and say black women have been my enemy. You're gonna have to give me a specific.
okay.
Letting you go, man. I'm trying to.
I recently dated a woman who was pursuing a dual doctorate degree in medicine and in chemistry.
I'm a PhD.
Throughout the entire relationship, throughout the entire relationship, the only time that we didn't have an argument or we didn't have any kind of ridiculous back and forth is when we were having sex. You know what I'm saying? Like once the orgasm was out the window.
How old are you?
28.
And how long did you
28.
date?
I've known her for 8 years, dated her for 1.
And you dated her to what end? What was the intended outcome? To what end? Yeah. Dating has a purpose.
I was interested in marrying her.
You dated her with
sure.
Okay. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a musician and an Uber driver.
Wait. See? See? This is what I'm talking about. She is in college in Atlanta pursuing a dual doctorate degree. My man said he's a musician and an Uber driver. I'm going to tell you what the fights was over. Because while she's in school, busting her ass, while she's at work, trying to keep the lights on, my man was, because they ain't saying what kind of musician he was, he's driving his Uber, playing his video games, and I guarantee you that 90% of those conversations was when she came home, dead freaking tired from busting her ass all day long, him barely doing anything, and the house was a damn mess. He ain't never had money for, he wasn't even making an attempt to make situations better. This ain't about money. This is about energy and freaking effort. I guarantee you, if he would have made more energy and effort, the situation wouldn't have been the same. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little loud, y'all, because I'm a little bit passionate about this topic. I'm gonna talk about myself in a minute, but this is my observation right now, y'all.
I know.
Are you serious? Are you trolling me? Ninja,
No,
what?
I'm not.
Ninja, what? You date?
He said, "Ninja, what?"
Your enemy is your pocketbook.
There you go.
I know.
There you go.
Don't come here and talk about black women as your man. See?
See?
I mean, are you being serious, bro?
I am, but the finances is definitely something that I'm working on.
No. A black woman who's you actually came in here to tell me that you dated a black woman who's pursuing 2 dual doctorates.
I'm a PhD.
And you're a goddamn Uber driver and a musician. That's not a problem, except you frame black women as your enemy. And your enemy is your inability to be productive on a serious level.
His enemy
That's not currently
is
true
himself.
for me.
Well, here's the thing.
He cannot be productive.
What makes black women different on an evolutionary biological scale than any other group of women? You could not say that. I asked you about the decrease in the divorce rates over $250,000 for a couple. You didn't know about that. You said from your anecdotal experience, but unless you make that, your anecdotal experience has been to respect yours.
Well, so outside of me, I have mentors that I work with.
My
that
ultimate
have
point
gone
is
through
that 28 years old, you're too young to be trying to talk about getting married anyway. See, you haven't found yourself. And if I go with what you said, your failure in relationships are justified by calling black women your enemy instead of looking in the mirror and saying, where am I at?
I do that every day.
And why? And why? What makes you said you were looking at her to be a wife, possibly? What makes you a husband?
Outside, from what standpoint?
Can you provide for a family?
Not yet. No.
Then then you were dating this woman with the eye to marry her, and you couldn't even provide for a family.
No.
Your problem isn't the women, man. The problem. See, this is the problem with too many of us as black men. We look to we don't have power. We're not trying to be serious. I mean, no disrespect.
And that's
but
what
I'm tired of hearing black men who are musicians and rappers and producers and actors and massage therapists and Uber drivers and chefs. Where's the trade? Where's the profession? Where's the real world? Something you walk into a Chamber of Commerce meeting with a business card and say, this is who I am and what I do, to where other men will take you seriously.
Yo, he said a mouthful right there. All right, let's see. This is the conversation I wanted to have, y'all. Listen, when we start talking about relationships, and we start talking about you want to get married and get serious, there's a level of responsibility as a man I have to take. I have to be accountable to. So Kevin Samuel said, all these guys, you want to be producers, Uber drivers, chefs, massage therapists. I was a massage therapist, y'all. I was a massage therapist in a former life. Very good at it, right? Right when I met my wife, I knew the moment I was ready to propose to her. And, if you talk to her, she'll tell you, I started to have these conversations about, I need to find a job, I need to do this, I need to do that. Because make no mistake about it, all of these things, these kind of hustles, I'm going to say, they can get you a little clout, they'll put a little money in your pocket, but at 53 years old, I now fully understand what Kevin Samuels is saying. I'm not saying that you won't be a record producer. I ain't saying that you're not going to blow up. I'm not going to say that you won't have a successful career at all them things. But what I'm going to say is that while you're in the process of doing all these come up things, don't sit back and sell her and write her a check that your ass can't cash. If you got to do your hustle and get a full-time job, I ain't talking about driving Uber. I'm talking about punching in and out. Something with a 401k, something with pension, benefits, something. Let me tell y'all something. One of the most frustrating things that black women have faced in this lifetime is a black man sitting on his ass, blaming everybody else, blaming the entire world while he can't do what he wants to do. I know because I've been there before. When I met my wife, I knew no matter what claim to fame I would hoping to hold on to, it was not enough to be her husband. There wasn't enough stability to be Jamila's husband. It wasn't enough money coming in to be her husband. It was barely enough money to float my own personal life by myself. But at least, brother, if you're by yourself, you can eat some ramen noodles. You understand what I'm saying? There's a level of sacrifice that if you're by yourself, you can go ahead and have that hustle, and you can do your Uber, you can do your music, you can do all these different things. But when we now factor in the fact of love and that we want to commit to a woman, there's a certain level of discipline, a certain level of integrity and financial stability that we need to come in with. Because to be perfectly honest with you, I salute all my brothers pulling their weight, doing what they're doing, taking care of their family. I salute all my brothers, but I also know there's another remnant of us, just like it's not all black women. See, I don't know why this goes over people's heads at times, but in every freaking nationality on the planet, you got the do's and don'ts. In the Hindu, in the Asian culture, in the black culture, in the white culture, you got people who are do's and mofos who are freaking don'ts in every freaking culture. So for my man to get on here and to literally say that across the board that black women won't support, it's not that the black woman wasn't supporting you or that the black women won't support us. I think what it more so is that there's a level which she will stop giving if you are not giving. She cannot go out every single day, bust her ass and go to work to get a doctor's degree and you're driving Uber. That's not going to be so. That's not going to be so. That's not going to be so. Throughout my entire life, the majority of my life, when I had my hustle going on, I was single. But I was smart. I'm not even going to say that. I ain't even going to say I was smart enough to know. I knew that the standard and the quality of life that my wife was used to living, that I had to take that and raise the bar. I had to go back to work, y'all. Bottom line. I had to find another job. Did it happen right away? No. Did it happen overnight? No. But my wife even said this in a recent podcast that her and I did. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Further Muck and Battles on this channel. My wife even said that even though at one point in time she was making a lot more money than me, but she said he never acted like I was making more money. He was always still on top of the bills. Listen, my wife was making probably twice as much money as I was making, right? So I had myself on a very strict budget. It was no freaking buying sneakers and all this other kind of stuff. I wanted to make sure that the bills or that the money I was making covered the lifestyle we were living. Her money, I wanted to be, listen, and my wife, trust me, my wife is a freaking phenom. In my lifetime, that's why I don't know what he's saying. In my lifetime, it's been the only relationship where I've seen a woman sacrifice so much financially, which is why when I had the power to do and to remove the burden off her shoulders, I did that. And so that's what this frustration is. It ain't that all black women are mad. We got to now, as men, we got to look at ourselves. A woman that is in college pursuing a double doctorate degree. My brother, you would have to be driving Uber almost 12 to 13 hours a day to make sure and make sure that house is clean, the dishes are done, make sure you cook, making sure that you are showing her, I'm gonna match you. I'm coming for you, babe. I got this little hustle going on, this music thing going on. It's not where I want it to be, but so until that happens, I'm gonna grind even harder over here. And I think if that would have happened, my man there wouldn't have been so many arguments and disagreements and all these other things that he is holding on to. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. I don't know him like that, but I know enough men who have had this kind of thought process. This ain't the first time he's been in this situation. This ain't the first time he's been in a situation. 80% of my life, I've had a full-time job. I started working at 14 years old. 15 years old, McDonald's. I've been working 85% of my life. I'm saying at a full-time punching in and out job. One job I was at for 17 freaking years. 17 years. I'm not bouncing from job to job, unstable. As a matter of fact, even during freaking COVID, when everybody was out of work, I got fired. My wife said, yo, I watch you every day. Put your clothes on, get up, get dressed, make breakfast for us, and you sat at that computer like you were going to work What are your habits? What's his habits? You understand what I'm saying? How you gonna demand respect from somebody and you're not even oozing respect from yourself? My wife had money coming in during COVID. I was the one that got fired. I was the one sitting on the couch. I had to get my ass off the couch, become active. And so I got active. It took me a while to find a job. So I took a class in OSHA. I got certified my OSHA 10, my OSHA 20, my OSHA 30. I was active because I wanted that black woman to see that her black man was moving forward. And so I think when we have this conversation, this is the backbone of the conversation. It's not just about, as he said, 80% of black women won't support him. It's not that. I think what it is when so many black women feel like they got to take They got to put the world on their shoulders. They got the kids, they got the job, they got the school, and now they got to take care of grown-ass man. Ain't nobody going to want to do that. Even as a mother, even as a freaking mother, there comes a point in child when your son gets to a certain age where you got to be like, dude, you're a grown man now. I ain't making you no more. Listen, we talk about mama's boys all the time, right? This is the bottom line. This is the foundation of a mama's boy. Because you take care of him so long that now he becomes a burden to another woman. My brothers, again, I'm not coming down. All I'm saying is you can have these hustles, but brother, you got to add some steps, more steps to your walking. You got to start jogging a little bit. You got to start moving some things around. Okay, if you got a heart's desire, listen, I have a passion right now, right? This is my passion right here. This is my passion. If I could, I would wake up tomorrow morning, I would call my job, tell them to go jump in the damn lake, kiss my, anyway, and I would sit at this computer all day long. But it ain't like that right now. And I got responsibilities. Bro, you still got responsibilities. She can't pay your cell phone bill. She can't pay your cell phone bill. She can't buy your weed. She can't pay your car insurance, your car note. She can't pay your dental bill, your light bill. She can't buy you sneakers and shoes. Listen, that's not fair. That's not fair. It is about us pulling our weight because we are men. And there's many times that I don't feel emotional, feel like getting my ass up and going to work. I don't feel like I want to sit in the bed and I want to play my game all day long. No, I don't feel like it, but it is my God-given right as a mother freaking black man. So no, that's wrong. It's not, it is your experience. It was my experience that walked my butt outside my mother's house. That was me. That was me and my temper. Was I right? Absolutely, I was right. Absolutely, I was right. Did I handle the situation right? Hell no. Could I have handled it differently? Absolutely. Absolutely. In every situation in my life. At 53 years old, when I stepped back, I could have dealt with that a little differently. Go throw all black women. Listen, you got horrible, you got lazy white men, you got lazy Asian men, you got lazy black men, you got gold digging black women, you got gold digging white women, listen, across the board, in every freaking nationality, you got your do's and your freaking don'ts. So we ain't gonna pin this on the black woman because I have a black mother. She had a black mother. I have a beautiful black queen. I have 5 black daughters. It is listen, and some of my daughters don't even mess with me like that. Because of choices I made. I'm okay with that, y'all. But I'm taking responsibility for it. I'm not mad. Ain't nobody mad at nobody. I have a certain level. I have a standard that I've set down. And as long as we can kumbaya, we good. If we can't kumbaya, then I gotta love you at a distance. There's no love lost in my soul. You know, if I could, I would give you the shirt off my back. But as a black man, I have a responsibility to the one I put the ring on her finger. My man said he wanted to marry this young lady, but she was pursuing a double doctorate degree. That was your time to get your ass out of the Uber seat, punch. Listen, I don't care if you had to go to work for Amazon, drive Uber, and hustle your music on the side. At some point in time, we have to begin to take responsibility for our own freaking selves. All right. I think you got my point. I thought this video was really interesting, y'all. It's sad that because I've heard young black men have this same, do you know what it takes for a black woman to take the responsibility of a household, be strong, not cry and break down in front of the kids, knowing the man that she's supposed to be that she's supposed to love is in the streets, running the goddamn streets, doing God knows what, and comes home and he got a hot meal on there. But we never, but as black men, we never stop to see what kind of toll that took on, what kind of toll that takes on her. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. Watching a black woman bust her ass for her 2 sons. Anyway, I'm going to stop there because that's not my story to tell. Bust her ass for her 2 sons. And while we, at times, my mother and I may not see eye to eye, I still absolutely respect her hustle, her grind, her consistency, because we always had what my brother and I always had. My brother and I always had. The greatest gift I can give my mother is to love my wife. Right. Now, whether she accepts that or not is something different, right? Follow me, y'all. The greatest gift I can give my mother is to love my wife. To say, Mom, you raised such a decent son. You raised such a man of integrity that I'm going to love this woman with my heart, my soul, my strength, and she will be the only woman I love for eternity. There will never be another. Even though you may not have experienced that in your lifetime. I want to make sure, because of the seeds that you sown in me, I'm able to reproduce that. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? We come and act the black women for what? Let's take responsibility for ourselves first. Love them, cherish them. My wife is strong as hell. I wrote a book. I wrote a book, y'all. 10 tips on being married to a strong black woman. I wrote a book. Why? Because I had to write a book to remind myself. I wrote a letter to myself. I put it in book form. 10 tips on how to be married to a strong, godly woman. Come on now. Anyway, I said enough. I hope y'all get my point. To my brothers, just step your game up. Don't worry about how you feel. Your dream is going to be there. But let's lay the foundation first. See, if you lay a great foundation, you can always build the mansion on the foundation you laid. The challenge is, as sometimes as men, we're freaking dreamers. And so we want to build the house and the foundation ain't steady yet. The foundation ain't settled yet. The foundation not solid yet. All right. Y'all get at me in the next video. Y'all be like, this boy's nuts. Y'all get at me in the next video. Y'all get at me in the next video, y'all. All right? Thank you for checking the channel out. Let me know what you think about this video. We got to change this freaking narrative. Stop this freaking black on black stuff. Listen, I need to get my itch together like she needs to get her itch together. Like, we both play a part in this. But I can't point fingers and bash and throw my trash onto her and she throw her trash back onto me. At some point, somebody got to clean this shit up. You understand? Somebody got to clean it up. And for too long, the black woman's been cleaning it up. Bye.